Face front, true believers. This is Modular Media's No Prize Podcast. I am your host, Chris, a Boingo writer, Gaston, and with me, as always, in the bullpen,
representing the distinguished competition, the Vacuuminator is here.
Oh boy,
Oh boy.
oh boy. We don't got anything like super. Well, we got some big things to talk about, but we don't got like a big thing to like discuss and analyze.
We don't have a massive paradigm shifting news drop. We've just got like a couple big little boomy boys that we're gonna have to touch on later in the show. And you have fucking cookie cake, and you didn't tell me, sir. What the fuck is wrong with you? I would have liked.
I brought you a piece.
You absolute bastard. I'm genuinely mad right now.
Do you want it?
I fucking
brought you a
love cookie
piece.
cake, and I can't have any because I'm on a diet. Fuck!
I brought you a piece.
But I can't have it because I'm on a diet. You're just torturing me live on air. That's what's happening right now.
No, you know what I did? I invoked some fury.
Really? That's your segue? That's what you're going with?
I mean, am I wrong?
Jesus.
Episode 16 and 17 of Justice League Fury.
Which gets back to Wonder Woman shit, where we're doing more development of Diana and her world, and her interactions with man's world. And let me tell you, the first 5 minutes of this episode were probably my favorite part, because it's just like the Wonder Woman shit I want to see is her coming to man's world and walking through a fucking department store and being like, "What the shit is any of this supposed to be?" That was great.
Why would women want to wear makeup? You have gorgeous cheekbones. Don't fucking come at me with that. It's great.
You literally have a Pixar mom ass in this continuity. Do not fucking at anybody about that, Diana. We love you. We stand. But don't body shame. Don't do that.
I don't think she was body shaming. It was just more of why would you do that? I don't.
Oh yeah, no. It's just general confusion because she comes from a world where there is no makeup.
Yeah. Here's the thing. Here's the big overarching thing about these episodes. On the whole, they're solid. They are they're okay, but in retrospect,
they are awkward ass mid-2000s feminism.
And it's weird. It's awkward.
Because the whole plot is another person from Paradise Island shows up with a big villain plot. Who they only ever call her Arisia in this, but I had to look it up. She does have a fucking comic book villain name, which is the Fury. That's why the episode's called that.
Okay, I get it.
Yeah. And I've seen this episode before, so I don't know how I didn't know that. I've never seen her in a comic before, though. But she shows up, and she's got this big elaborate plot to get rid of all men. She's just gonna fucking genocide all the mans. It's why the last man in the DC universe.
And on a whole, as a Wonder Woman plot, all these parts you go that makes sense for a Wonder Woman plot for an extent, you know. But then it's also just ends there. That's the plot. That's
This is a Justice League episode, and almost the entire rest of the Justice League, the only stuff they contribute to this plot is to show up and then get sick.
I mean, I'm not even talking about that. They just don't explore the topic anymore because it is an early 2000s kids cartoon.
Because Diana legitimately has a moment where she's like, well, it would be bad to get rid of men because, they're not all bad. Why? What's the nuance of this topic, Diana? You want to go into this?
What's the nuance of this topic? And then this is this layer right underneath it is like, this can get real dicey.
And later in the same fucking episode, there's a moment where she's watching this entire city's transportation system collapse, and she turns to the hot girl and she's like, "Surely men aren't that essential to your way of living." And because it's a fucking cartoon and they have to do a joke, she goes, Don't knock it till you try it, sister. Which is essentially the whole way this fucking episode goes down, is just like bringing up the topic and then either not exploring it or joking about it. Joking about, like, well, ladies may not like us, fellas, but they still like dicks, right? Ladies still like a nice ride on that big old meaty hog, ain't I right, brothers?
You did come at a weird time, Al. We're talking about a weirdo episode of Justice League. It's not bad. It's just like
it's a story about feminism, clearly written by men.
Story about feminism, clearly written by men, at a time when the understanding of feminist theory was very rudimentary outside of academia.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of topics of gender, sex, the separation of such, the performance of gender, all these kind of things weren't common.
Mm-hmm.
So it just, I wouldn't say this episode's problematic. It's not problematic. It just doesn't even realize that there could be a problem.
It's very innocent, I think, would be the kindest way to put it.
It is boys versus girls, ew, icky, do not come in the clubhouse.
Kinda, yeah. And it's also just like, there's also like a few small problems, a few small visual problems that come with the way these shows were made, which is, there's a flashback scene where they're clearly talking about World War II, but then a fucking F-22 fighter jet is there, and I'm like, what?
Mm-hmm.
It's a wild one.
But like I'm saying, it's not bad. It's just, it doesn't have all the meat you would want it today to have.
Mm-hmm. It's of its time.
This is a show that's post Steven's Universe, Owl House. You know, it's post these shows we're living in right now, and this was like,
we're looking back way before that.
Yeah. So like, it is so rudimentary and all that stuff. I do like how they don't frame the world as immediately collapsing. It's like, no, women are capable. They're able to keep things running.
There's just less of them in the workforce, and that's a problem.
It's not even workforce. It's just like, yeah, no, there's firefighters, and they're able to take care of the problems, and there's enough EMTs and doctors to help out the remaining people. It's just, you shouldn't kill half the population.
Yeah. And I love how, like, they're not even really capable of exploring that topic. Like, I thought they were going to. I thought they were actually going to get into it with Star Sapphire betraying the baddies, and then it turns out it was all a trap, and they used that to make, like, a slight allusion to the existence of Hal Jordan, and I'm just like, seriously? That feels so slapped together.
I do like how they do reveal to the bad guy her origin story. Of like, you dumb bitch, a man saved your life.
Though it does raise the question of, why didn't Hippolyta ever tell her this before?
Because she says it right after, I didn't think he was important. Like, she learns that, she realizes her lesson at this moment. It's like, oh, yeah, maybe just writing off people's a bad idea.
I do like how involved Hippolyta is in the show still, though. I didn't expect her to come, because, like, I remember watching this episode, but I didn't remember that it existed until I was watching it again now. Like, I've seen it once before. So, at the end of the last episode that involved Hippolyta, I thought, like, oh, we're not going to see her again until Unlimited, because I know there's an episode of Unlimited she's in.
It's a wonkadoo show. It's a wonkadoo couple episodes. It's not bad. It's just like, it is, if you don't, it's great. It's a great bit of television if you don't think about it for more than 5 seconds.
Yeah. Also, who the fuck is McCurry? I've never heard of that character before. Was that supposed to be Katana and they couldn't use the name Katana? Maybe. Or he was scared of using the name Katana? Like,
it might be.
Deathstroke being called Slade in Teen Titans? Can somebody please fucking explain that to me? That was confusing as shit.
My first thought was, oh, is that Katana? Is Katana a bad guy?
It depends on the era and the story.
Who's the villain that Roy is involved with.
That is Cheshire.
Is she Asian?
Yes.
And here's the thing: they would be able to call her Cheshire. They wouldn't need to change that. Like,
oh yeah, and if they were gonna put her in the show, she looked nothing like that. She'd probably be wearing green, and she'd probably have the mask.
yeah. I do have to say though, I have a fondness for how early 2000s American animation portrays Japanese armor as just like 3 rectangles on the shoulder.
Oh man,
It's just like, when you want her to look a little bit like a samurai, here's 3 rectangles.
and it's red because red is a primary color. Fuck it.
Yeah. It's an episode of Justice League.
It's neither good nor great. It's kind of it's
the one you would catch on
put it on the
syndication.
same. I would put it on the same level of War World. It's like, this isn't bad, but it ain't nothing to write home about.
Yeah. Though I did look ahead on IMDb. I think the next episode's the one with the very, very awkward line that's like great in context, but out of context it's like, yeah, oh Jesus.
Trying to remember what that is.
Because I think it's the one where they go to Earth 2.
Oh, boy.
Oh yeah, boyo. Boyo, 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 boyo. Hey, guess what? There's a lot of fucking links for the next bit.
It's
So we got a week. We got a vamp.
It's been a big week. We got a lot of news. There is less news as we go along. There's a shit ton of movie and TV news because, hey, both big companies have been moving and shaking.
Are you sure you don't want it? Are you sure you don't want it back?
I'm gonna fucking kill you if you put that thing on camera again. I will actually get in my car and drive to Florida and kill you. But yeah, there was a lot of news this week. A lot of people doing stuff. It does get lesser as it goes on. A lot of comic news, but not a lot of toy news. Just a few toy things.
Just a few toy things, but also a shit ton of movie news.
It's almost like there was a big media event today or something.
Hold on. I am attempting and trying.
He's trying and he's attempting.
There will be an attempt. Will this be on the test? Who knows? I'm the devil voice in your shoulder. Do it. Do what? I don't know what you're talking about.
Just do it. Is that meme old now?
It's an older one, but it checks out.
Hey. I still love Shia.
He seems to be the kind of guy that shouldn't be in the public eye anymore.
Yeah, but when he actually sits down and makes movies, they're really good. I don't know about that guy.
I don't know about your face.
I'd like to sit down and have a conversation with Shia LaBeouf. You think that we could have that on Modular Components one day?
We're nowhere near big enough for that.
One day.
Yeah, one day. Under the
I'm
rainbow.
waiting for the one day where I can talk to Shia
been 1 week since you looked
LaBeouf.
at me, cocked it to the side and said I'm angry. 5 days since you left me and says you bet tomorrow then back and see me. 3 days in the living room, got both the rub ones on both my knees. It's been 3 days since you me. There will be days that we say we're sorry.
This is a comic book show.
They were on the. Were they in Mystery Men?
I don't know. I've only seen Mystery Men once, and that episode of Analytical Fanboys was a fucking disaster.
All-Star was on Mystery Men. Smash Mouth was.
It was. That's the greatest.
All-Star was written for Mystery Men.
And people just think of it as the Shrek song because people don't understand history.
They
people
don't
need
know
to be
their
taught
roots.
history by a small puppet man and fat jelly beans.
Where did the jelly beans come from, Vac?
Oh, they come from all kinds of places.
Stay tuned. Subscribe to see Analytical Fanboys when that comes out.
Yeah, end of this month, boys. It's
End
gonna
of
be
this month.
It's going to be an interesting conversation.
Hey! Guess what? We got some past news. News from the past.
Ooh, my favorite.
Bob Iger, the current, and at the time current, there was a point in time where he was the former CEO of Disney.
Mm-hmm.
He's the current CEO of Disney again.
Mm-hmm.
Basically stepped in to stop Ike Perlmutter from firing Kevin Feige.
Yeah, this is something that came out in an interview with, I believe it was Iger himself recently, where basically there was a situation in 2015 where, because there was some kind of like fluctuations at Marvel Studios, Perlmutter was like on the warpath trying to get rid of Feige, and Bob Iger had to step in and stop it, which is kind of crazy to think about.
Mm-hmm.
Not really a whole lot of details there, but that's just something we know now. That's something to eventually appear in the history of Marvel Studios book that will actually be factual and not a bunch of Disney cover-up bullshit that'll come out when all these people are long in the grave.
Yeah. It's interesting to think about just because it totally makes sense though. Because, like, look at the projects Ike Perlmutter spearheaded.
Mm-hmm.
It was Daredevil, which, okay, cool. Daredevil turned out pretty good. It was Luke Cage. Oh, yeah. Luke Cage was pretty good. Jessica Jones. Oh, yeah. Jessica Jones. Iron Fist.
Hmm.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
give or take. Inhumans? He was also the one who told the comics to push the Inhumans? Yeah. Yeah. You can...
I don't like Ike.
No. Don't... Get out of here, Ike. Nobody likes you.
Is he still in charge of anything Marvel at the moment?
No, I think he's out.
Oh, okay. Okay, good. Who is in charge of Marvel Comics at the moment? Who's like the actual like fucking editor in chief over there right
The
now?
editor in chief is the guy who did the fucking yellow face bullshit.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, he's been there for a while. Though
I
considering
think you have told me that before, and
Yeah.
I just forgot.
It's been about like 2017,
Hmm.
2018. It was he was there a little bit before the pandemic, and then
Well, obviously he's done a good job at riding the ship through stormy seas, but maybe think about finding a new Captain Marvel.
yeah. Here's the
Don't
thing.
replace Carol; she's doing fine, but like that guy.
He's a company man. He's a yes man. He'll do what they want, kind of thing.
Ah.
It's in a very similar vein to me of why they keep hiring Greg Land. It's like, why his art is terrible and nobody likes it because he's on time. He's on time. That's all they care about. He does what they want, how they want it, when they want it. That's why he's in charge.
This theme song should just be that any way you want it, that's the way you need it.
Hey, you want some more depressing news?
Fuck yeah!
Walt Disney fired 7,000 people.
Oh my god, Disney and Hasbro leading the way into a new recession. Let's fucking go, everybody.
In the same vein, in the same day, they announced that they were doing a Toy Story 5. And it's just like...
Yeah, because the next couple things all come from an earnings call.
Yeah, it's not great, Disney. Your parks are already understaffed. Come on.
Yeah. We don't know any specific names of people who have been laid off yet, and I doubt we're going to. But, yeah, this is not optimal.
Yeah.
And it's just a sign of trying times ahead for not just Disney, but everybody. It's, like, I don't know how many times I need to fucking say it, but the post-COVID economy is not going well, and it's not going to go well for, like, at least another year.
It's because certain aspects of the economy went up during COVID, and it's unsustainable, and they
it immediately inflated now that the world's open.
Yeah. And there's certain aspects of things that, like, there's just a wide variety of stuff just going on with the right, like, eggs are semi back down in price now. So, like, it's just, like, weird bits. It's weird stuff.
Yeah. I like how you randomly mentioned that without any context, too.
I was having a conversation about the price of eggs earlier today.
Oh yeah, no, I've had several conversations about eggs just this week. It's an interesting time.
Yeah, they're back down at Walmart.
Oh, nice.
It was like, yeah. The way it was described to me, it was like they're now at the price they were before last Thanksgiving.
Oh, cool.
So
Cool.
like,
That's what we need.
yeah, they're not back to like really where they realistically could be, but
Mm.
a lot of things like that. So hey, Bob Iger reveals Disney chairman succession plan.
Yeah, essentially, this is a very vague quote, but essentially he said that they now have a succession plan that is chaired by one of their executives to make sure another Chapek situation doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Like they're gonna be actively grooming dudes or ladies or thems to be the next CEO of Disney when Iger goes fuck it once again.
Here's the thing. I don't want him to do it. I don't think he would want to do it, but the person I could see them immediately pointing a finger to and going like, "You lead." Is Kevin.
I knew you were gonna say that.
Think about it. Marvel has been one of the most successful properties at Disney, most
Mhm.
consistently profitable.
Mm.
Like, can you say that about any of the parks, which are bleeding several money in several different areas, or the cruises, or the other Disney properties? Star Wars has
I don't
found
know,
its
man.
niche.
I really don't know enough about any of that stuff to say,
Remember,
honestly.
I minored in Disney adult.
Oh yeah, well, I know Kevin Feige. I know what's his fucking name who directed Iron Man, John Favreau.
Yeah.
I know the Clone Wars guy, but those are like the only I know Kathleen Kennedy, but those are the only high-level Disney people I know by name besides Iger. I don't know any actual like Disney fucking executives or who among them would be cut out for this job. So I'm just like it's wild that they have like a proper division set aside for that now. Like it's the fucking presidency or uh the monarchy over in England. It's a bit silly to me, but yeah,
I mean,
it's the
here's the
biggest
thing.
company on the world, so
I mean, here's the thing. Realistically, that's how Disney has been in the past.
Mhm.
Between Eisner to Iger, I think it was.
Yeah, but wasn't that like more of a personal like I know this guy will be right for the job rather than we
I
are
don't know.
selecting him.
I don't remember if that's the right one because like that's why DreamWorks exists is because Katzenberg wanted the job and Eisner was like no.
Hmm.
There's a lot of things. 90s Disney was fucking wild.
As I have learned through the years of watching Defunctland.
Hey, but we also
Hey.
have some more restructuring of Disney as a whole, including new entertainment business. So here's the long and short of how things will change at Disney under Iger's latest restructuring. I'm reading straight from the page, everybody.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Alan Bergman and Dana Walden will head the Disney Entertainment Business Unit, overseeing Disney's entertainment media portfolio. Marvel, Star Wars, Pixar, Hulu, ABC, Disney Channel, etc., and content business, which will include Disney Plus streaming service. Jimmy Pietro will remain chairman of ESPN and its various networks of the ESPN Plus streaming service. And Josh D'Amaro will remain chairman of Disney Parks, Experiences, and Products, handling Disney theme parks around the world, as well as other consumer events and experiences and merchandise. So it's just going like, all right, these Disney Plus fucked us up a little bit. Right the ship, please, you two.
Yeah, let's get everybody back in their right place, kind of a thing. Which makes sense. Interesting to hear about. Glad that's public knowledge. But God, it just sounds like gobbledygook to me.
Yeah, it is gobbledygook.
Who's writing the next Star Wars show? That's what my fat neck bearded nerd self wants to know.
Well, see, here's the thing. Learning about who these people are
Uh-huh.
gives you a reason, gives you the understanding of like, this is who the person who's writing the next Star Wars show is like answering to.
Yeah.
You know, this is their boss.
Mhm.
They don't have a direct influence on the creative process, but they do have an influence on like all right, you have these many episodes, you have this much of a budget, get it done, kind of thing.
And I get that. It's just when you get into that specific level of mechanicry beyond that there are higher ups at Disney who we have to report to,
Mm-hmm.
and like Disney vetoed this or Iger didn't like this or blah 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 blah. When you start getting into like these people who I don't really have a face to put a name to, that's where my brain kind of clocks out.
Yeah, that's fair. And here's the thing, I don't remember these names that well.
Mm-hmm.
I just know these are the people who are making these decisions.
Yeah. Now watch me completely contradict that opinion of myself when we talk about Hasbro news on Twit tomorrow.
Hasbro's a smaller company, though.
Yeah. I actually keep forgetting the name of Hasbro's current CEO. It's really embarrassing for me.
So I don't know why you put this on here. Ant-Man was in a Heineken commercial.
Yep, this was a thing at the Super Bowl, everybody. It's kind of funny. There's a new alcohol-free version of Heineken that they're trying to push. And the joke in the ad is Scott's trying to drink on the job, and Hank's left all these notes for him. Michael Douglas doesn't show up. Paul Rudd is the only actor in this ad, where it's all these little sticky notes of like, hey, don't drink and shrink, but be responsible. And then the ants fucking give him an alcohol-free Heineken. It's kind of cute.
All right, cool.
Like every Super Bowl ad, it's kind of cute, but you don't really need to see it.
All right. Hey, you want to know
Real
what it is?
shit.
Real shit. Guardians has a new teaser trailer from James Gunn. He posted it on...
this is a full trailer, baby.
Oh, yeah.
Full 2 minutes.
Full 2 minutes. 2 minutes, 22 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
It gives us a lot of cool new footage. It kind of gives us what I'd say is the like major character arcs for a lot of the cast.
Yeah. Very, very big insight into some kind of dynamics that are going to be going on, like this scene here with Nebula and Star-Lord and Gamora, which is kind of a bookend to the trailer. This is also where we get our first real look at the High Evolutionary in action in the movie, and he looks very scary. And we get some of Rocket's backstory, obviously, and I'm like 90% sure that Drax is gonna die. They show another shot and another line of him being all sentimental during what looks like the final battle, and I'm like, this man is dead. This man is fucking dead.
There's a lot of things going on in here. But it also kind of like shows off what Peter's big arc in this movie is. Is like you gotta accept that things end, but it doesn't mean that you can't make new beginnings.
Mm-hmm.
Which is what it seems to be with like Gamora. Because he goes like, oh yeah, no, I fell in love with a girl and then she disappeared and then she came back an asshole. And it's just like, okay, yeah, no, you need to learn to accept your new angry green girlfriend. If that's the direction they go, kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, like, I could also see them leaning into, they hint in a little bit at the end of this trailer that maybe Star-Lord and Nebula are going to get together.
I think that's just more of a joke.
Oh, yeah.
That feels much more of a joke. Of just pointing out, like, you have the relationship with old Gamora, just with Nebula now, and it's not the same relationship. Let the past end, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Move forward, move on. But yeah, no, good trailer. Good trailer. It's I was already excited for Guardians 3.
Yeah, this movie looks great. You and Cody better go fucking see this. I don't want to have to wait for this.
Yeah. I think we're going to wait for Ant-Man Quantumania just because.
Oh yeah, no.
Not that
I have the money that I could go see it, but like it would be too much of a pain in the ass for you, and I don't want to have to ask Cody right now.
Yeah, and we do get another poster for Guardians 3, and boy howdy, it looks great.
Ooh, those Breakfast Club vibes.
Those Breakfast Club vibes. There's a lot of fun things involved with it. It's just good.
I also just like dig how artful the posters for this movie feel compared to a lot of other MCU
Phase 4
stuff.
posters have been a step above previous phases. Like
it's almost like they do actually listen to criticism or something.
It's just there's a lot of wheels turning. It's like a train. It takes several miles to slow down.
Yeah.
And then it takes several miles to speed back up. It takes a while for these changes to happen.
Hmm. Again, as I have to explain regularly with Hasbro shit.
Yeah. Um. Hey, guess what? Vincent D'Onofrio is starting the promo game for Daredevil Born Again, saying the new series will surprise everyone.
Yeah, he did a whole little interview here where he gave a quote basically saying that it is going to be very different, a little lighter in tone than the Netflix show, but he still thinks all the scripts are really good, and he thinks it's going to surprise everyone with how good it is,
Yeah.
which basically confirms everything we knew, that it's going to be a lot more closer to the MCU general tone than the original series, but it's still going to try and keep true to those characters. And I'm still very excited for it. I know there's a lot of hardcore Daredevil fans who have only ever watched the Netflix show and have never picked up a comic book in their fucking life, who are acting like the sky is fucking falling when you hear that there's going to be a lighter tone. But I think it's going to be good because I actually,
Read Daredevil.
I know what's going on.
Yeah. It's like fucking talking to someone who says like, "Oh, I'm a big fan of Daredevil," and they only read Frank Miller.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, man, I loved it when he fought the Punisher. He fought the Punisher when Chip Zdarsky. Who?
Oh, that's that guy who made Elektra Daredevil. Man, all Daredevil runs these days, all he ever does is just do like wildly different shit. He's never just Daredevil anymore, man. I just want the same free comic book stories over and over again. Why can't I just have my comic characters uphold their status quos and be the thing I remember them being? Why should the characters change and evolve?
Here's the thing. I will agree with that statement, but also sometimes you can go in the wrong direction.
Oh yeah.
Spider-Man,
I heard you had fun this week, buddy. You looking forward to talking about that?
Black Panther. Jesus.
Ooh, I saw that panel too.
Uh, was there anything else that gave me an aneurysm?
I don't
Let's
know.
see. I'm looking real quick.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Preview for later in the show, everybody.
Uh,
Stay tuned for our main event.
the one thing gave me a good chuckle.
Okay.
I already posted it in my server.
Okay. Oh yeah, I saw that.
Patrick Stewart has been told to stand by with Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds' Deadpool 3.
Yeah, he was doing a interview for Picard season 3, and somebody asked him like, "Hey, this Deadpool movie's happening, and there's going to be a lot of multiversal X-Men shit in it. You were already in Doctor Strange. Come on, buddy, give me a big scoop. Give me a scoop here." And
Break
he's
your
like,
NDA.
I've been told to stand by, and that's all I can say, which means they're working on the script and they have an idea for him, but they're not sure if it's going to make it into the final draft.
Yeah. Here's the thing. I saw a pitch for like. Do you watch Nando V movies?
I've heard of him many times, but I've never looked at his stuff.
That's fair. He had a pitch for like what he would think would be cool for Deadpool 3.
Hmm.
And basically the whole point is he's fighting Mojo. Already, I'm down because Mojo.
Of course you are.
But basically the idea is the X-Men Fox universe is going through an incursion because it's being merged into the MCU, and the only ones that are gonna survive are a couple characters that can, and Deadpool because he's too popular. And the whole point is Deadpool trying to save his family
Oh,
and all that kind of stuff. And he
I would
brings
be into
Wolverine.
that.
Yeah, like it's a good pitch. It's a good pitch. I'll send it to you after the podcast. It's like only like 30-40 minutes.
Sure. Yeah,
Um
I'd watch that. Why not?
but like the one thing I could see is like they end the movie with like this is going to be the last Fox X-Men movie
Hmm.
with Patrick Stewart fingers to his head going to me my X-Men, and you end it there just like a little bit like this universe wasn't the best, but it deserved like here you go. Here's a send off for you.
To an entire generation of people, that was X-Men.
Yeah. Hey, I would say it's more good than bad.
Oh yeah.
You know?
X-Free, X-Men Origins Wolverine, those are dog dookie. You don't need to talk about those again. There's a couple questionable ones in there as well. But like I
One,
like Logan, I
one,
like the
two,
Wolverine.
one, two, uh, 1, 2, Wolverine's Adventure in Japan.
That's the title of that movie, yeah.
First Class, the second First Class movie. What was it? Days of Future Past.
Days of Future Past.
Days of Future Past. Deadpool 1 and 2.
Yeah. I'm less hot on 2, but I think they're both good. And I like X-Men Apocalypse, even though I know a lot of people think it's dog shit.
And some people have a very soft spot in their hearts for New Mutants. Not in the, oh, this is a really good movie. It's just like, oh, I liked it. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I still need to watch it. I will at some point. Dark Phoenix was dog shit, though.
Oh, yeah. So over under, not bad.
Yeah.
It's gonna get shat on in Deadpool 3 though.
Oh yeah.
Like
It's just gonna be relentless jokes about that universe compared to the comics.
He's just gonna like, see y'all, fuckers, I'm heading to the MCU.
Mm-hmm. And then like the end credit scene is Ryan Reynolds morphing into the new Deadpool actor.
If they have a new one. Hey, guess what? Sony's actually doing a project that doesn't sound dumb.
Hey!
We're doing Spider-Man Noir live action series
at Amazon. I am tentatively interested in this because
Make Aunt May a socialist. Make Aunt May a socialist.
Yeah, and shoot it all in black and white.
Oh yeah.
Make it fucking color correct all that. You can shoot it in color, but color correct it in post to be black and white.
Oh yeah.
Do the Werewolf by Night thing.
But yeah, just a solid idea. It's like, okay, cool that you could do it as an Elseworlds series. You could realistically, the premise is solid enough. You can keep doing it.
Aren't there several Spider-Man Noir comics to draw from as well?
There's one.
It's not just the one.
There's one original What If, and I think they've made some sequels.
Yeah, so like, you largely base it on the comics, but also change what you need to make it a cool TV show. And avoid multiverse shit. Just have this be its own story in its own little universe.
Yeah. Solid little concept. Much better than the fucking one starring Bad Bunny. So, in just... Warner Brothers Discovery has now decided to keep Discovery Plus as a standalone streaming service.
So for those of you who aren't aware, the whole reason that they restructured and canceled a bunch of shit and a bunch of people lost their jobs is because they wanted to merge all of the Warner Brothers shit together. And now that's just not happening. Now they've decided that is not the best business decision.
Yep.
So all this fucking bullshit and suffering over the last few months was for nothing. Way to go.
Yeah. Dumb business decisions made by dumb businessmen. All right. Moving on. DC Studios. James Gunn addressed Sell Snyderverse Netflix fan campaign.
Because the fucking Snyder fans just don't know how to let go.
Oh, God.
They need to see Guardians, for the honest.
Yeah.
They're going to need to see that movie. Because they started yet another stupid fucking hashtag campaign to try and get the shit to continue, even though it's had like 4 fucking chances now and has never been as successful as it needs to be to justify itself. And we've now got a bright future ahead for DC. Oh man, you gotta save the Snyderverse. Sell it to Netflix. They'll do something with it because Netflix is a fucking competent company right now.
And James Gunn directly said, I have to say, this has got to be the wackest hashtag ever since, one, Netflix hasn't expressed any such interest. Although we've discussed other stuff, keeping options open. Good on you.
Yeah, that Batman cartoon, I believe, is something they're talking about.
And two, Zach hasn't expressed any interest and seems to be happy doing what he's doing. And yes, we two have talked.
Mm-hmm. Man's like, here's the thing with Zack Snyder. I get the thing that he had a vision, he had a long running place he wanted to take the DCEU, but now that it's over, I think he's just glad that he got to complete Justice League and he doesn't want anything to do with the inner studio political bullshit anymore.
Yeah, I think he just bit off way more than he could chew.
Mm-hmm.
You
And
know.
and like, I gotta be honest, I've never agreed with his take on the DC universe.
Oh yeah,
Never
no.
liked it.
When you make a statement that is directly contradicted by one of the most popular books ever put out on a character,
Mm-hmm.
for those who are wondering what I'm saying, Zack Snyder basically said you gotta be fucking dreaming. Like his direct quote was basically, "You gotta be fucking dreaming if you don't think superheroes would kill people." And literally, that is the line Manchester Black says to Superman. And what's so funny about truth, justice, in the American way of like, they're just gonna keep coming back. You're dreaming, and Superman goes like, "Yeah, I am. I'll dream of a better tomorrow because I will always be here to stop you." And it's like, that's Superman.
Yep. And for those of you who don't know, because all this DC nonsense predates modular media's existence, I was cautiously optimistic after Man of Steel. Man of Steel is not a perfect movie. It's a very flawed take on Superman, but I liked a lot of ideas in it. And then I went and saw Batman v Superman. And from the trailers, even from the trailers, I was like, oh, this does not look good. This does not look good. What the fuck are they doing? And then I reluctantly went and saw the movie because all the reviews were so mixed in such an interesting way. I was not even planning on seeing the movie. I was like, I'll wait for home release. And then the reviews happened, and I was like, okay, let's fucking do this. And that movie had to be like one of the most soul crushing theater experiences I've ever had. I swore off of live action DC content after that until Shazam released.
Damn.
Yeah.
But hey,
But now that we've got a bright, optimistic future, I am planning on going back and catching up.
speaking of the bright, optimistic future, even more reason to be optimistic. James Gunn reassures fans that Warner Brothers cannot interfere with the DCU.
Yeah, somebody was asking him about some other such thing on Instagram the other day, and apparently he said DC Studios is now a separate entity from Warner Brothers.
I
I
mean
don't
that.
know what exactly that means, but essentially that sounds like he's able to operate completely autonomously from whatever Zaslav wants.
I mean that's kind of how Marvel Studios works.
Mm-hmm.
That's how Marvel Studios. That's how Pixar. That's how Lucasfilm. That's how they operate. They're independent. They work on their own projects, and then Disney goes like, "All right, cool. We'll market this.
Yeah.
We'll approve. We'll market. We'll do all the stuff." Here's
It's Warner Brothers isn't the boss, they are the marketing wing who will also provide a good chunk of the money.
yeah. Um. We also got a new. Hold on. Let me get this as a separate image so we can see the whole thing.
Mhm. And just also on that, I mean, like, that sounds pretty in line with the fact that they decided to keep Discovery Plus as a separate thing. It seems like they kind of came to their senses and went like, whoa, 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 whoa. This would fuck up our finances a whole lot, boys. Why don't we just spread out a little more instead?
What if we just copied Disney?
What if we just did the thing we've been trying to do for fucking 40 years?
And I'm not even saying like, oh, DCU. It's like no, like that's Disney's whole mo right now. Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN Plus are all owned by Disney, but they're all three separate services.
Mm-hmm. But you can get a cool little bundle that gives you all of them.
Bundle that's advertised by Dave Batista. Hey,
Hey.
hey. Speaking of big bulky men, I guess Shazam has a new poster. Look at it.
Yeah. I like the marketing for these movies, the kind of goofy humor of them. It's cute.
Yeah, the dragon looks like a tire.
Kind of does, yeah.
He looks
Very pointy tire.
he looks like a tire. All right, boop boop boop. Flash movie standee reveals a new look at the Scarlet Speedster. We don't got a picture right here, so let me open up the link.
Yeah, I
Links
was gonna
and
say
links. There's not one on
the
the article.
the article embeds a picture when I open it. That's interesting.
Yeah, I have like some things that like make it so it's harder to embed and stuff because
Okay.
it's Schaefer because it just doesn't auto download stuff. Here's the
Yeah.
Flash. Look at him.
Yeah, I wasn't too interested in like seeing more of the suit, but I think it's cool that this is going to be a thing because what this is this is an advertisement standee for the movie that they're selling the comics out of.
Yeah.
Again, DC coming through with the reminding people, hey, these things are based on comics. These are the comics they're based on. Buy these comics. Fucking love that shit. Thank you.
It's good. It's good job. Now here's Here's the biggest problem with the fact of all that is like Marvel just doesn't print their books.
Yeah.
They always print the bare minimum.
They're scared of like overstock, aren't they? Because
Yeah.
of the
90s.
crash.
It's like Marvel is traumatized from the 90s.
And I mean like well warranted, but also bitch, it's a lot better now. Just put those books out there.
And
Just put
there's
those books out
also
there.
just the fact that like um what's the word I'm looking for? It's a lot harder to sell trades of Marvel books than it is at DC. Because DC likes to have very consistent story arcs, while Marvel is very much more ongoing storytelling.
True.
And there's no there. How many evergreen Marvel books are there?
Well, there's Marvels.
There's Marvels. There's Secret War.
There's Spider-Man Life Story.
Okay, there you go. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Can you name me a fourth?
There's ah shit.
There's the one what if Chip Zdarsky did.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't even in good conscience say
Here's the thing. I hear this argument pretty regularly now. And here's the thing I would counter to that is there probably would be more evergreen Marvel stories if y'all just focused on making trades that look evergreen. Like stories would become known as evergreen if they were just more available.
yeah. That's the thing. Just make availability, all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm. Like, how was there not a stack of Infinity Gauntlets at every fucking Walmart and Target when that movie came out?
Here's the thing. No. Infinity Gauntlet is not evergreen. It is steeped in continuity.
But that's the fun of it. Is you get into it and you start asking all these questions and you start exploring the universe and you start becoming a fucking comic book reader.
But it's also just like DC has Sandman, DC has All-Star Superman, DC has like Batman Universe, DC has Superman Up in the Sky, Mr. Miracle. Oh, Visions. That's an evergreen book, Marvel book.
Hey,
There we go. Shame you probably can't buy it.
Yeah, there might be a reason that video flopped.
Hey, guess what?
What?
We got a poster for the Flash movie.
Yeah.
And it's mostly Batman.
Yeah, this dropped a couple days ago and instantly I was like, God fucking damn it. They are just marketing this on nostalgia. And like, I understand. Ezra's not great. It's going to be hard to market that person.
Mm-hmm.
But if the movie's called The Flash, maybe you should market it on the fucking man that runs fast.
Well, here's the thing. Looking at the trailer, which we will talk about in a moment, it doesn't seem like a Flash movie. It's a Flashpoint movie.
Yeah, and we've known that pretty much since the jump, but like, why don't we just fucking get into it? Pull that shit up. Jamie, pull that shit up.
Yeah. We got a trailer for The Flash. It's 3 minutes long.
Yeah, this also aired during the hashtag Super Bowl. And y'all gonna hate me.
Yeah.
Y'all gonna be real fucking mad.
Oh yeah.
I think it looks okay.
It looks solid. It doesn't look bad.
Like, the worst thing about this, from this trailer, in my opinion, is the fact that Ezra Miller's in it.
And here's the thing, I wouldn't even say it's like bad because he's doing a bad job. He's doing fine in the trailer. They're doing fine in the trailer. It's just,
I've never found his Barry particularly interesting or compelling, but then again, I've never actually watched it in a movie. But this looks like a pretty fun, kind of wacky multiversal time travel movie.
I will even say, like, the Batman portrayal is fun because he's a fun old school Batman.
He's doing, Michael Keaton in this is doing the goofy version of his Batman. There's a serious version of his Batman and there's a goofy version of his Batman, both of which are kind of all throughout that movie and the advertising for it. And I kind of like that he's going for the goofy one. And I kind of like that they're seemingly keeping pretty true to the story by including Ben Affleck's Batman in the beginning of this movie and possibly also the third act, and having other elements of the Snyderverse here, like Michael Shannon's Zod. And it seems like they're taking the Flashpoint Superman, who's like a big old skinny boy kept underground, doesn't have a whole lot of power right away, and they're taking that and they're doing that with the Supergirl in this movie. And I might have to eat my hat. I don't hate Sasha Calle's Supergirl in this trailer.
Here's the thing. I think doing the Flashpoint Superman origin for a Kara is genius. She's already an angry, kind of like broken person because of all of this. You put her through that trauma too? Holy shit. That's interesting.
Man. That is interesting.
Like,
the CGI doesn't look great, but it's a trailer. And like, I don't know. This looks like a kind of okay Flashpoint adaptation. I'm as sick of Flashpoint as the next DC fan, but this looks like a decent way to bring it to general audiences. And you know what? They kept it vague enough in this trailer. If it turns out that Keaton's not playing Bruce Wayne, he's playing Thomas Wayne, I'll fucking clap. I will clap.
Yeah, but here's the thing. If Keaton's playing Bruce, we won't get the letter. Which I think is the greatest part of Flashpoint, is the letter.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, fuck 90% of Flashpoint if we can just keep the letter. Like, oh.
Also, there's a shot of looking like during the third act present day, Ben Affleck Batman wearing a gray and blue bat suit.
Yeah, I'm not saying here's the thing. I will look forward to the day it drops on streaming.
I'm undecided. I don't know. I might... Gunn's really being positive about this, and it's entirely possible it's all contractually obligated. But if this is the fucking reboot point that takes us into the new DC universe,
I wouldn't be mad. I would not be mad if what we've seen does Flashpoint out like the comics.
I might have to go see this.
I would not be mad.
I've got Batman v Superman Extended Edition, both Wonder Woman movies, the first Aquaman, and both versions of Justice League on my computer now. So I'm gonna catch up, and I'm gonna keep up. And I'm gonna report on this podcast. We're doing this now. This is real. This is happening. Fucking DC Simp Vac is here, and he's the fucking full on mode now. I'm committing.
Nice. Just don't suck dicks. Don't suck anybody named Snyder's dick.
That's not the plan.
Okay, that was a joke about Zack and Scott Snyder.
Yeah, because I don't like Scott Snyder that much either, but that's a whole other can of worms.
Hey, guess what? Hey. James Gunn is still on his king shit. Just saying, like, No, he's not in the movie. George Clooney's not in the movie. He's not gonna be.
Yeah, because there was a whole saga that happened right in the middle of this week where a YouTube journalist is the nicest way I will refer to her.
Clickbait artist.
Alleged that somebody within Warner Brothers had leaked to her that the Batman for the new DCU going forward was going to be a returning previous Batman actor, Damian's father in The Brave and the Bold, basically. And she threw out a bunch of names and blah, 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 and people have been speculating, and for some reason people kind of settled on it's going to be George Clooney, and somebody asked Gunn directly about it, and he said, no, that's bullshit.
Returning Batman actor. Oh, hey, guess who's in the fucking Flash movie? And who they've been talking to? Who is, and I quote, a middle-aged dad. Who I am certain would be 10 times happier to come back to a Batman with some meat on the bones.
I wonder.
Hey, Ben, call your friend. He's in New Jersey. Well, no, he's in LA, but he used to be in New Jersey. He'd love to talk to you about Batman. I don't know where I was going with that joke, but there we go. Hey, guess what?
What?
New Dick Tracy.
Yeah, so this is a fucking saga of a story, because for those of you who aren't aware, Warren Beatty currently owns the film rights to Dick Tracy, and has since the early 80s. He bought them, and he spent years trying to get the Dick Tracy movie made, and after it got made, and it didn't do super well, he spent years trying to get a sequel made, and now the people who own the comic rights have repeatedly tried to sue him to get the movie rights back, and he keeps avoiding that happening by doing Dick Tracy TV specials randomly. So a new one fucking happened the other day.
What the fuck?
This is a whole ass thing. Apparently. I just learned about this today. There was a special called Dick Tracy Something or Other that aired on CMT at like 11 o'clock at night 3 days ago. CMT.
TCM.
Ah, okay.
CMT is Country Music Television. TCM is Turner Classics Television.
Oh.
Turner Classics Movies.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so you went for the cheapest option possible.
Wait, so is it like a story? Is it like just... What is it?
I have no idea. I can't find it anywhere either is the thing. Because apparently he's done this once before, and it only ever aired once, and nobody has it. And this might have been the same thing happening again. Which is just buck wild.
Fucking weird.
Warren Beatty, what are you doing? Give those rights back.
Hey, guess what?
What?
Speaking of Scott Snyder, his comic, Witches, is getting an animated series at Amazon.
This is actually pretty exciting because while I don't love Scott Snyder as a creator, I think his take on Batman is dog shit. I do really like Witches. I've actually read Witches. It's one of the few horror comics I've actually read, and I really, really like it. And I think it getting an animated series at Amazon is a really cool step forward for comic adaptations. I think this could turn out really well and possibly catch fire in an exciting way, similar to how Invincible did as an animated series at Amazon. I'm excited to see how this turns out.
Oh yeah, especially like, are we going to just see like Amazon really like targeting Image Books for their animated projects? Because I wouldn't mind that.
Could be. Oh man.
Get a complete Amazon The Max.
That's where the Spawn animated series finally gets revived.
Maybe. I wouldn't. Here's the thing. I would just do what fucking Todd kind of does with contemporary Spawn to an extent, where it's just more of like an anthology series where Spawn just shows up and is like, "I'm the boogeyman. Hello."
Yeah.
You know, I already
Mhm.
opened that link. I'm opening up the new links right now, so
Oh yeah, we got more links, buddy.
we're just faffing about right now.
We got all the links coming. All the links are coming down that pipe. Boy, I'm so excited. Oh
Mm-hmm.
man, it's gonna be a good time. We're gonna talk about comic news next, everybody. We're gonna talk
Having
about
a
actual
good
news
time.
about actual comics.
Having a good time with Superstar riding through the night. Da, da, da.
We wish to be a professionally known production company, everybody.
You.
What's up?
Hey, guess what?
Hey,
Carnage versus Miles Morales crossover event announced by Marvel. Hey, it's a cute idea.
yeah. In another installment in the exciting series of we kind of don't know what to do with Miles Morales anymore. He's gonna have a big old Venom crossover event as part of the Summer of Symbiotes. I believe this is called. Oh,
Rain.
this is
Carnage
not
Rain.
the yeah Carnage Reign. You opened the links backwards. I think this was not the first link. This is like the fourth link.
Oh, I see what happens. I started him, and then I did something, and then I think. Hold on. Yeah, I opened the first two. I had to close the thing. Then I opened the rest,
Oh, okay. No
and so it
problem.
just started from there. And hey, guess what? Marvel announces Avengers 60th anniversary plans for 2023.
Yeah, there's going to be a bunch of Avengers shit coming down the pipeline for those of you. We're getting a new Mech Strike thing. We're getting an Avengers live show or short series called The Stunt Squad. Obviously, there's going to be a new run, and there's going to be a crap ton of collectibles, toys, apparels, accessories, home decor, party items, stationery, video games, live experiences, and more coming. So, the Marvel Legends guys are going to be busy.
Yeah.
I don't know.
A
Sounds like a
wasp in
good time.
every house.
Oh my god.
Marvel also announces Nick Fury comic for his 60th anniversary.
Yeah, this is just going to be a one shot, but it's going to be in the same vein as the Ant-Man and Wasp comics we've been getting, because it's from Al Ewing, and it's actually going to feature proper Nick Fury. They put Nick Fury Jr. front and center on the cover, but the solicitation reveals it's going to be him teaming up with dear old dad,
Mm-hmm.
and oh boy, that's got me excited.
Oh yeah, I love how Al Ewing is just currently Marvel's. Hey, we need something good and like reflective of our history. Can you do that? Oh yeah, I can do that. Who do you
Yeah,
need it
I
on?
I goof around on Marvel Wiki on the reg. I can handle that.
Who is it this week? Oh, Ant Man. Oh yeah, I can write a good Ant Man story. Here you go. Oh, can you do one on Wasp? Yeah, Wasp. Here you go. Here's Wasp. All right, cool. Can you recontextualize the Beyonders and give a Loki an end story? Oh yeah, here you go. I also put Blue Marvel in there and just made him look like a really cool badass. Fury. Here you go.
He's like, I've had that one lying around for years, boys. Don't worry about it.
Cover looks good.
Yeah, I'm excited. I will be reading this.
Now back to Carnage and Miles Morales. Look, it's
Hey,
Carnage. It's Miles
oh,
Morales. He's in his cold suit. He's been in that for a while, but
yeah. I still
uh,
don't love that design.
the classic Miles suit.
Or no, I thought you said it was the new costume.
No, that's the classic Miles suit with the red fingers.
Oh, good, 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 good. Because I did not like that new costume.
We also see Red Goblin,
Who the fuck is Red Goblin again?
Normie,
Oh, boy, excitement.
the grandson of Norman Osborn, the son of Harry, best friend to Dylan, aka the current Venom.
Oh boy.
We'll get to that. And Iron Man shows up. Hi, Iron Man.
Hi, Tony. What's going on? I'm not in movies anymore, so they can do whatever the fuck they want with me.
Yeah. We also got Luke Cage, City of Fire, Reveals what happened to the canceled Marvel series.
Yeah, so apparently this was going to be a book a number of years ago, that had been like fully solicited and was going to come out, but this was like right in the midst of Black Lives Matter, and Marvel fucking sat the writer down and went, "Hey, there's a lot of right-wing nuts who are being very loud and very angry right now. We're just going to shelve this because we don't want you to get killed."
Yeah. And the guy said, like, fellas, I can handle myself. Let them come at me. I have no fear about that. You don't have to do this. He's also says, like, that's probably not the real reason they canceled it. I think they just didn't want the heat.
Mm-hmm. Companies be doing company stuff.
They didn't want the heat, and they couched it in, like, we want to protect your safety.
Mm-hmm.
I love how
Go ahead. I was just gonna say, hopefully they can make it up to that guy and, like, I don't know, maybe let him write a miniseries about Mayor Luke Cage, because we still haven't done anything with that for real.
I mean, he showed up in other books. He's around.
Yeah. Well, like, I want to get in Luke's head. I want to see what he's thinking.
Yeah.
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 Tell me what's going on with Luke.
I mean, he's fucking Jessica Jones. They're happily married.
Good for them.
Yeah. Hey, guess what? I was way too. I said that with way too joyous of an inflection before I read the headline.
Oh no!
So let's do take two.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, guess what?
What?
Stargirl's co-creator Lee Motter passed away.
Oh yeah, this is an unfortunate sadness. He's fairly up there, so he had a fairly full life, and apparently he died peacefully and quietly in his own home. But we don't know much about it besides that. We actually got this news through Ron Maz, I believe it was, who was relayed the news by his family. So not a whole lot of details on this. I actually didn't know a whole much about this guy. So I can't really speak to his body of work. Obviously, creating Stargirl is a fairly significant thing.
Yeah.
So good that he'll be remembered for that. But yeah, not a whole lot to say besides rest in peace.
Yeah, it's just like, yeah. Hopefully he was satisfied with the adaptations that got made and the people who enjoyed the books.
Yeah. I've never heard any like solid opinions on the Stargirl show. I don't know if people actually like that or not.
I remember her showing up in Justice League Unlimited with her stepdad.
Oh yeah, no, she's great in Justice League Unlimited. I can't wait to get to those episodes.
Hey, guess what?
What?
We're getting some new Green Lantern with Hal Jordan.
Yeah, the Hal Jordan book that was announced, I believe it was last week or the week before, got a whole bunch of like covers and concept art revealed, which CBR clickbaited into. Sinestro's got a new costume, everybody, come look, wow! And it's just, he's fucking wearing Earth clothes. He looks like a drug dealer.
Yeah,
It's
I like
kinda
this
funny.
cover. This cover's cute.
That's really cute, yeah.
You know, like some sketches, all that kind of stuff. That's cute.
Mm.
And yeah, Sinestro just wearing a jacket.
Just being on Earth, doing Earth stuff.
I mean, he's human enough to pass. Like, no one would give him a second look.
Yeah.
I think like I can see a cool story coming about that. Like, he's hiding low on Earth, and he slowly starts to realize, oh, this is why Hal is the way he is as a person, and gets that more begrudging respect.
Also, fucking wife beater, casual clothes, Kilowog. Let's go. That should have been the clickbait title.
Yeah, I love it. It's great. Also, I think people have started trying to call them wife lover shirts to get to step away from the domestic abuse.
Yeah, I haven't heard that.
Yeah,
but that sounds good. I like that.
Yeah.
Better shot of Carol.
Pretty comic book lady.
That's obviously Carol Ferris.
Are you sure?
I mean, that's generally what Carol Ferris looks like, yeah.
Plane. This is just a 3D model of a plane they're using.
I think, yeah, there might be a flashback to the crash, or maybe maybe he's doing more test pilot shit now.
I mean, this legit just looks like Here's the 3D model of a plane that I'm going to pose in the computer so I can have it as a reference.
Yeah. Why is this so funny?
Plane jump scare.
Oh man.
Like, legit, hold on. Can this be a meme? Can we meme this?
I don't know.
I'm saving it.
Oh my god. It's gonna be the thumbnail next week.
There we go. I'm saving. No! It didn't do it right.
Oh no.
Hold on. I'm gonna do this whether you like it or not. Fuck you.
Okay.
I am stopping this podcast so I can. So I can.
Favorite image of a fucking plane.
There. I have done it now. I have saved for the plane. Alright, they look cool. It's Hal Jordan.
Yeah, it's a comic.
DC reveals stunning Shazam #1 covers and first look preview.
Yeah, the new Shazam series from Mark Waid and Dan Mora is coming up fast, and I'm pretty cautiously optimistic about it. I think it looks pretty good. I like the more like classic Fawcett take on it they're doing. Kind of weird because I didn't think Billy was as young as he's being depicted here in current continuity, but you know, they can make it work. It might actually be a flashback story for all we know with Mark Waid. And the big thing coming out of this is Mark Waid confirmed via some interviews he was doing around this announcement that they are changing Billy's superhero name to be the Captain because Mary's Shazam now. I think that's why they're doing that. The only detail I got is that it's going to be the Captain now, which makes sense. It works. It's fine.
Oh man, I love the preview we got of him just hanging out with that's what Shazam is. He's the one who goes on the fucking Silver Age Superman stories.
Oh yeah, no, it's goofy childhood fantasy adventures. That's what Shazam should be.
Superman gets to be the guy who tackles with morality. Shazam gets to be the guy who goes, gee willikers, dinosaurs, this is great.
I'm gonna go hang out on Dinosaur Island, see the Blackhawks and what they're up to.
I will read this, mainly because I've just been enjoying Mark Waid's direction for the DC universe.
Oh, hell yeah, I can't wait to read this.
It genuinely feels like a fun and interesting time to be into, like, reading DC. Because, like, oh, you mean a guy who genuinely likes all of the history of DC Comics is pushing ahead into the future?
It's almost like they're having their semi-annual push for new and fun ideas. Dawn of DC, everybody.
Hey, guess what? DC announced a Superman crossover with the Injustice universe.
Yeah, so this is funny. This is a fun little goof and gaff they're doing, because the storyline for the upcoming Adventures of Superman John Kent book that's going to be happening is John and Val Zod, who is General Zod's son, teaming up to save the multiverse from Ultraman, because Ultraman is going to be going across the
Marvel had the license to Ultraman.
Fuck off. The fucking DC Ultraman is going to be going across the multiverse trying to kill various alternate versions of Superman, and one of the universes they're going to visit is going to be the Injustice universe, which makes sense, and it's really fun, because for those of you who don't remember, Tom Taylor got his name, made his bones writing the Injustice tie-in comics, which are way better than they have any right to be. And I think that's pretty good. I'm excited. I'm definitely going to be reading the John Kent book as it goes along, because I've already been reading most of it. So let's see how this goes.
Yeah. Hey, guess what? DC's Poison Ivy is now an ongoing.
Oh, man. This is a thing people have been rubbing in my face this week, because as I've said many times, I don't personally care for this book. It's not that interesting to me. But a lot of comic book fans, a lot of specifically Harley and Ivy fans, love this book. And this week's issue especially got a lot of praise because it was Harley and Ivy reuniting, and it was a big, fun, gay book. And it was supposed to be a miniseries that it was going to get its final issue next month. But G. Will Wilson announced on Twitter that it's selling so well that DC is they're doing the Transformers thing. There's going to be number 13 in a 12-issue limited series.
Neat.
Cool. I'm glad comics can still sell well enough for that to happen.
Yeah. I like that Harley right there. That's a cute Harley.
Mm-hmm.
All right. This is it for comics. You said there was less toy news.
Well, there's a lot of McFarlane news that should all really just be one article.
Fair enough, my friend. We just got toy news though, and then we can talk about comics.
Oh my god.
Oh no, we got to talk about comics.
Oh boy. Oh boy, howdy.
I have to talk about how Spider-Man is the worst spider book.
It's fine. You got some cool stuff to see here, though.
Hey, guess what?
Fun time.
Guess what? We're
What?
getting Ant-Man hot toys. Look at them. They're hot toys.
Oh man, look at that. Hot toys.
It's a hot toy.
They showed Hope and Scott, and they teased Cassie.
Yeah.
So we're probably gonna talk about Cassie in a couple weeks. Maybe even next week. I don't know. I don't fucking know how Hot Toys works.
Separate rolling eyeballs.
Looks really good.
Yeah.
That Paul Rudd head sculpt actually looks more like the dude who played Reed Richards in the Fox Fantastic Four movies.
I can see it. But hey, look at that. You're fucking right, it does.
Like just a little gray, and he'd be there.
Yeah. But overall, it's Hot Toys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It looked pretty good.
Yeah.
I like this Wasp costume. I don't like this Wasp actress. But like, there's only one part you got to keep in the box is that unmasked head. The main fucking selling point of a Hot Toys figure, the incredible likeness.
Can't wait to see what he does with the plane. What are you talking about, Hal? What plane? Oh, the plane. Oh, the plane I downloaded.
Yeah, you gotta deliver on that now, bud.
We also got look at all the Kyoto.
Yeah, Wonderfest is going on in Japan right now, which is a big Japanese exposition where a lot of the bigger import companies show off their wares. So as predicted, we got a better look at the upcoming Rebel Tech, Flash, Reverse Flash, Moon Knight, and Spider-Man, and they all look pretty darn good. Rebel Tech has really come into its own doing comic book figures. I am really, really impressed by that Moon Knight, if I'm being perfectly honest. Because
you're gonna have to talk about the camera on Twit.
Oh, it's in the topic list for Twit. But the flashes, they look pretty solid. Not entirely my cup of tea, but it's really good for this line. But again, just the Moon Knight, perfect integration of a cloth cape into this line. I'm so glad they're finally doing that, and it looks so good on there.
Oh yeah, it looks really good. Spider-Man looks really good. Also, because I know people who are into the series, I gotta show some people this Monster Hunter suit, this Monster Hunter toy, because it looks really, really good.
Oh, are you gonna take 5 minutes to save an image again?
No, I took 1 second. Boom, fuck you. Let people save images off of websites. Fuck you.
Yeah. But hey, with Ant-Man and the Wasp coming up pretty soon, I think it's this weekend actually.
Yeah.
They unveiled the Marvel Legends wave for it, which is exactly split down the middle. It's half movie, half comic book figures.
That's
the Build-A-Figure is a movie figure.
That's a good movie fucking Ant-Man though.
Oh yeah, I really like this this interpretation of the suits. And they just got that Paul Rudd likeness down at Hasbro. They've had it down since I want to say Ant-Man 2. Cassie, by the way, is the Build-A-Figure.
Oh, so she's very much stature. She's stature.
Yeah. At least that's what they're going for. However, this is not going to be on shelves this weekend. We just got the pre-orders for this, along with all these images, and it's going to come out in a month or two.
I like how she's wearing high tops. It's cute.
Because the movie got pushed forward rather than back, and Hasbro had their plans, which they couldn't exactly change because making toys takes time.
Cassie looks great.
Pretty good likeness, although the hair color's a little off. from the
That's not the end
actress.
of the world. That's not.
Yeah. I think it's cool that it comes with an unmasked head. When's the last time that happened with a Build-A-Figure?
Yeah. Future Ant-Man. He looks
Hmm.
fantastic.
I was friggin' hype about this, and everyone else who doesn't actually read comics but collects Marvel Legends was going like, "What the fuck is this? What this doesn't? What is this? I've never seen this before." And I'm like, "Yeah, it just happened, you ding dongs. Read a fucking comic book."
And he's great in it.
Hmm.
He's one of the best Ant-Man now.
The only thing I really have against this is that he's not getting an unmasked head.
Yeah. He's a new enough character I can understand that having
Yeah.
that.
But it's cool that this is happening just because it again shows that the Marvel Legends team is paying attention to current comics. So, hey, like, where the fuck is my Janet and none of you two back?
We got movie Kang. You could put
He
that
looks
on as like traditional comic Kang.
They did a Comic Kang a couple of years ago, which you can actually still get on Pulse right now. But this looks so good. Like, I love this costume. I know they're going to, but God, I hope they don't change his costume going into later movies. I hope he just looks like this all the way for Secret Wars.
The only thing I could say is you could lose the cape and I'd be fine.
Yeah.
He traditionally Kang has not had a cape, so I'm fine with it if they lose the cape.
Mm-hmm.
God damn, that's fucking Kang.
That is some Kang-ass Kang.
We got this comic fucker.
Crossfire, who is the brother of Darren Cross, aka Scott Lang's arch nemesis. And he's just kind of a general Marvel henchman goon who gets hired out to people. I think he's a graduate of the Taskmaster School. I could be wrong about that, but I think so.
An egghead.
Fucking Egghead. New suited body for Egghead too, so this is gonna get a lot of reuse.
This is fucking great.
It looks so good. I really want Egghead and Crossfire as a comic book Ant-Man fan.
And we got Wasp.
You can take everything I said about the hot toy and plug it over here.
Yeah, it's a good looking toy.
It's a great costume design for the Wasp. But man, you could leave out a certain part.
It's a great character played by a bad actress.
Uh-huh. And she's been apparently campaigning for a Wasp solo spinoff on the red carpet.
Well, ma'am, maybe if you didn't talk like a dumbass, you'd get it.
Mm-hmm. How about, you know what? I'd be really down for a Wasp solo spinoff as long as they revealed at the end of Quantumania your long lost little sister Nadia.
Yeah.
And that's who the spinoff was about.
Yeah. Hey, guess what? We got some more McFarlane Robin stuff.
Yeah, we talked about this figure getting announced last week, but now we have the full pre-order and solicitation for it. It is going to be a McFarlane Toys store exclusive, and apparently it's already sold out. This was obviously something a lot of people wanted, and it seems to have turned out fairly well. I was surprised at the amount of alternate hands it has.
That's probably one thing that's got to be really hard about doing DC toys is there's a lot more capes in DC than there is in Marvel.
Yeah.
Like, how many capes are there in Marvel Comics?
It's like maybe a dozen tops.
Yeah, like you got Black Panther, but that's always an alternate. That's not like the default Black Panther.
Thor almost always has to have a cape.
Thor always usually has a cape.
Doctor Strange usually has a cape.
He has a cape cloak. You also have that one dude from the Shi'ar security force. The purple guy with the mohawk?
Yes. I know about the Shi'ar.
Come on. You've seen him before.
I know who you're talking about. I don't know his fucking name.
I know. I'm not remembering it right now. He's another one of Marvel's, like, what if we made Superman but different?
Oh, man.
Like, they have so many.
You guys got, like, a whole Sentai team of those, don't you?
Well, we got Sentry. We have Hyperion. Blue Marvel.
Gladiator.
Mm-hmm. And if you want to be technical, kind of Carol. I wouldn't say Carol Danvers. I wouldn't put her on.
Why not say Marvel?
Marvel?
Yeah.
Because Marvel wasn't positioned as Superman.
Mm-hmm.
He was positioned as Shazam.
Yeah. But I mean,
Uh,
like that's five, technically six, right there. That's a Sentai team.
uh, or you could say Photon.
Mm.
Photon could fit.
Yeah. But no, Dick Grayson Robin looks really good. I'm happy for the
Uh,
collectors.
hey, does this Joker look really good from McFarlane? We got a new Joker, the
Yep,
DC
yet another
vampire,
Joker on the same fucking body with a new head.
but it's a
Because
vampire.
yeah, this is DC versus Vampires Joker, which is a story I haven't read and do not intend to at all because I don't care how good you guys say it is. I just don't fucking care. Uh, However, this looks like a fairly solid version of the Joker. I'm less interested in the figure though, and much more interested in that mallet. Can I get a better look at that mallet, Todd? I might want that mallet for another Joker.
Mm. Yeah, fair. It's there. McFarlane Toys also reveals Impulse. That's a good looking Impulse.
Yeah, this made a lot of people happy because this is Bart's first figure in quite a while. I think he's only had one other figure in DC Direct. I don't think he ever got a Mattel figure. I could be wrong about that though. Uh, I think it looks pretty good for the McFarlane style. However, it looks way too lanky to me. I picture Bart being like, Bart's a kid. He should be shorter. And this looks like they put him on an adult body, so I'm not
I can
fully
see
in
it
love
being a
with it.
teen body. I can see this being more like later Young Justice Bart.
Mm, yeah. But as is, it looks pretty solid. I saw a lot of Bart fans I know getting real excited, so, good for them.
Yeah.
Good for the multiverse collectors getting more evergreen stuff.
We also got Project Superman Flashpoint.
Huh. I wonder why that dropped this week.
Yeah.
I fucking hate this design.
It's
It's
meant to be the oh no, you don't want this design of Superman.
Yeah, and it
So
very much works as that, but that also means it's not an
something you
action
want.
figure I would want.
Hi, we made this character who's made a completely out of shit because you're supposed to hate him. We made a toy out of him.
Also, like,
Thanks, I hate it.
Just because of the nature of this line and how it reuses parts, this looks a little too muscly for that version of Superman.
Oh yeah, that's fucking hilarious. We also got from Toddy. We got a boat in Wayne
66
Manor.
is doing a playset of Wayne Manor, which I think is a really cool kind of update to things, but also the fucking Batboat. Like, doing the Batmobile and the Batcycle is one thing, but doing the Batboat, oh man, that's tempting to me.
Yeah, is
'Cause,
that
like,
from the movie?
Yeah, that's in the movie. There's the Batboat, the Batcopter, and I think there's one other vehicle that's not in the show that's in that movie. And it looks great. Like the other vehicles, it's a little smaller than it was in real life, but I think it still looks good with the figures.
This Wayne Manor's kind of cute though. It's cute.
Yeah, and like the budget nature of the TV show means like I don't mind the sort of slap togetherness of this play set. Unlike I did with the Batcave, where the Batcave was all out of proportion and whatnot. This looks really fun. If I was collecting this line, I would really want that Wayne Manor. But even though I'm not collecting this line, I do kind of want the Batboat because it's in a similar nature of like the Fortnite boat that Hasbro did last year, where it's like you scratch off one decal and that can kind of just be a boat for anything.
Yeah, it's cute and it's solid.
Yeah.
We're also getting 3-inch page punchers for Spawn. I guess this line is doing well enough with DC that he just goes like, all right, I can do it with my own OCs.
All right, sure. Who the fuck is that?
I don't know.
Who is that man?
Augur?
Okay.
He looks like a character from Killer Instinct.
He looks like a random Doom monster.
No, it's Spawn. Oh, you get 2 figures with 1 comic.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Maybe that's like since you don't have the licensing fee, you can afford to do that.
Maybe. And we got
It's Spawn #1, everybody.
it's not like people don't have enough of copies of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man.
But these 2 guys, look at them.
Friggin' Redeemer, man.
Remember when he was called Anti-Spawn?
I do. You
The,
remember when overt kill was called overkill?
it's fine. Well, get
Yeah.
get kids into edgy shit. Why not?
I mean, that's how Todd made his living the first time around.
Yeah. Hey, that's it for
Hey.
Toddy Toys.
Oh boy.
Guess what? We got one more toy. No, two more toys.
Yeah, we got a little more.
And then we can talk about Glokes. We got some more information on the Rocketeer toys.
Yeah, a little update because apparently a bunch of people complained that the Betty figure seemed pretty bare in comparison to the Rocketeer. So Loose Collector came back around and said, like, you know what, you guys are right. I'm going to sculpt fists and trigger finger hands so that she can hold the Rocketeer's gun.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's pretty cool. You don't see that from a lot of the bigger companies. Just going like, yeah, you know what? This isn't as much bang for its buck as it should be. Let's touch this up a little bit. So to see a little guy like Loose Collector come in and do that, ooh, makes me happy. Makes me want to buy this more.
Oh yeah. It's definitely like it's understanding criticism and trying to make better with it because like I don't think they have the budget to like full on go like here's all these new accessories.
Mm-hmm.
But they can go like okay we can give her more stuff so she can play with the ones that we already made.
Yeah, it's good practices is what it is.
Yeah. And we got some Mezco Toy Fair. We got we got two things. We got Ghostface from Scream, which is more of a chibi looking toy.
Yeah, Mezco has this whole thing going on this month where, because remember, Toy Fair used to be in February, but because of the pandemic, it got reshuffled around to where now it's in the fall. But because companies are used to rolling stuff out around this time of year, we've been getting a lot of Hasbro drops. And now Mezco is going like, hey, we're going to do a little bit of news every day during the month of February. So you're going to get like weekly drops. We're going to get weekly drops here. And there's some bits and bobs here that I thought Boingo might be cool, so I included the full thing. But there's only really one thing that pertains to this podcast, and we'll get to that.
Really? Because there's only like two things here.
Pruneface, who is a Dick Tracy villain. Classic the Dick Tracy line is continuing. It's not just that 2-pack, which I think is really cool.
Yeah, it's neat. I'm happy for all the 70-year-old men who used to read Dick Tracy in the newspaper.
Yeah, and all the 30, 40-year-old men who saw the live action movie and for some reason really care about Dick Tracy because of just that. How you doing, James Rolfe?
It's just because Madonna was hot.
Yeah.
She's not anymore, though. Hey, Grammy jokes.
Hey, some people are into that. Don't kink shame.
Did you see? No. Contemporary Madonna has done a lot of plastic surgery, and everyone's like, "Oh no, Madonna, what did you do?"
I haven't seen a recent picture of Madonna, to be fair, but I just know that there are people who are into grannies. It is a thing.
Not grannies, Grammys.
Oh.
The award show.
You know I don't fucking watch award shows. Well, it's comics time, everybody.
It is comics time, but I need to show you this because we brought it up. And I feel responsible.
Oh no, here we go.
Are you gonna look?
Live on-air reaction to Madonna.
Live on-air reaction to Madonna. Live Madonna jump scare. Images aren't loading.
Oh boy.
There they are. Yeah, here we go. Here's Madonna. Nope, that's a small picture.
Uh-uh.
The best way to describe it is it looks like an old woman using plastic surgery to look like a TikTok star.
Oh. Oh, hey, Buster woke up.
Yeah, I'm trying to show Vac a picture of Madonna at the Grammys. Because I don't know.
Because it's not like I could just Google it myself.
Yeah, no, fuck it. This is fun. We're having podcasts. This is content. Look, here's Madonna.
You know the played a skin lady from Doctor Who? Lady Cassandra, I
Yeah,
think her name is.
yeah.
Yeah, that.
Oh, buddy.
Oh boy.
Show him a picture of Madonna from Weird Al story. No, because that's not Madonna. That's an actress playing Madonna.
Well.
Yeah, see, like this is like, see what I mean? It's a 60-year-old woman using plastic surgery to look like a TikTok star.
Well, that's unfortunate. Well, it's comics time now.
It is comics time now. Guess what?
Well, before I guess,
Uh huh.
might I make a suggestion to the programming lineup?
What would that be?
Potty break.
Oh, go piss.
Yeah,
Go piss and shit and cum yourself.
I will. Thank you.
How you
I'll be
doing,
right
Buster?
back.
How are you doing, Busto? I hope you're doing good, Buster. I hope you are doing well. You missed a lot of like we went through a lot of news. We went through so much news. It was a strangely robust news week. But hey, you know, things happen. You can't choose the news. News can't choose you. Sometimes you just gotta roll with the punches. Buddy. Oh, buddy, oh, pal, oh, friends, oh, mine. The comics we're going to be talking about in a few minutes. It's just like, oh boy. I wouldn't say there's some stinkers, but there's some collar tugging. There's some like, yeah. There's a lot of caveats in the books we're going to be talking about this week. Boy, howdy. Boy, howdy, boy, duty. Boy, howdy, duty. You know. Oh, there we go. Vac is taking a long time to piss. I wonder if it sounds like fried chicken. Fried chicken. I just got the one thing right there. Don't want that. There we go. No, it's still there. It's still there. Alright, cool. It's just there now. I gotta live with that. We gotta live with that now. That's just the world we're living in. You know, I'm so happy that the toy shelf looks 10 times better now. I think I do want to do that, though. We're rearranging the toy shelf right now, live in camera. In camera person. There. Now you can see a little. Now you can see my. Now you can see my little Hot Wheels. Let's put a Subaru sandbar. There.
Rando.
There we go. We have talked about the trailers for Guardians and Guardians 3 and the trailer for The Flash.
We already did the news and the
Episode.
the news. The
And the
news and
news.
the news and the news and the news.
Big news.
And now it's comic time.
It is comic time. You know what? It's gonna go by in a flash.
Oh my god. Look at you. The Flash number 792.
Mm-hmm.
This is pretty good. Not really where you could expect them to go next, but very fun in that like it's a little one-off story within this larger event, where we get like a little kind of buddy story for Impulse and Kid Flash, Ace and Bart, seeing them go off on a little side mission to get some more intel and some more equipment for the other speedsters to aid in their side of the war. And we also learn some more about what the baddies are doing and how their powers are working. In that they have these like batteries that are people tapped into the Speed Force powering their ships. And they were able to rescue one of those people, and presumably they're going to question them. And also the little like runner ship that they make their escape from the base in is ferrying in superheroes who are frozen in the Time Force. So like they open, and this is the last page reveal for this. They open the little thing, and inside is Superman, Captain Atom, and Gorilla Grodd. So we don't know why they're doing that, but we know that we're doing that. So the plot thickens, everybody.
The plot thickens like a Pixar mom.
Yeah. Wow. Wow, Aki. All right, bye.
Well, I'll see you around later.
Yeah.
This is for future Aki. How you doing?
Hey, leave a comment.
Leave a like, a comment, and a subscribe.
Yeah, everybody do that, please, and thank you.
We both read Daredevil.
This issue fucked.
Oh man, this is so good. It's just Matt and Punisher being at each other's throats.
Mm-hmm. Well, also giving like tons of little bits of screen time for other characters who have barely gotten anything to do in comics in general recently.
Oh yeah. I love Stiltman being like MVP of just helping saving people.
Mm-hmm. And like the fucking agony subplot paying off.
Mm-hmm.
That was great. And the art in this fucking issue is just unreal. Like, there's that one panel where like Daredevil is standing over Punisher, I think it is, and it's at the end of this speech he's making as he's kicking the shit out of Frank, and he's like, but maybe he's talking about like God and like, do you believe in God, Frank? But maybe he sent me to finally remedy that, to be your Punisher. And you see like this fucking bolts of lightning and fire behind Matt, and it's like the most chilling thing ever. Oh my god.
Oh, it's just, I love how Daredevil and Punisher are just so good right now.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, they are not the same story, but they are so in the same line. It's great.
Yeah, it's not like this is a crossover event, but they're two books taking place within the same space, and they're affecting each other.
Yes, it's so good.
Mm-hmm. Also, shout out to Cole North for finally putting U.S. Agent S.H.I.E.L.D. to some good use.
Yeah. I've got to learn to stop looking out for comments on certain books, because I saw people complain about that, and it's just like, and saying like, oh, U.S. Agent's a good guy. It's like, you know.
Have you been reading recent comics, sir?
Yeah. I read Black Panther number 14.
How'd that go, buddy? How was that?
What the fuck are they doing? This whole story started interesting. It's like, oh, Black Panther made a mistake. He's trying to rectify it. And now he's exiled from his country. They're teaming up with Namor. And Namor's just rubbing it in his face. It's like, asshole, fuck you. And because Captain America's friends with Namor, he immediately goes like, alright, cool, we're working with Namor.
That doesn't sound a lot like Steve, but okay.
I mean, they're friends. They are friends.
They're friends, but he'd also be like, Namor, what the fuck are you doing?
Here's the thing.
Give the nice man his country back.
And him and T'Challa are also friends. And he's just like, T'Challa, don't do anything. We'll solve your problem. And he's like, no, that's never how we do things.
Mm-hmm.
So T'Challa just bails from the fight and runs inside to take care of it before anybody else. And Steve is just there going, T'Challa? T'Challa?
Is this going to turn into hashtag T'Challa was right?
I have no idea. But Jesus Christ. The cover's good, at least.
Yeah, it's Alex Ross.
It's an interesting cover. What the fuck? That's what I was saying. It's like, sometimes you want characters to have new interesting directions. And sometimes you do Black Panther number 14. We both read Batman number 132.
This was fucking good.
This was real good. I really love...
I don't super care about what happens in this issue, but God, I love fucking Zdarsky's voice for Bruce. The narration in this issue was so good.
Because it feels so human.
Mm-hmm.
Like, his Bruce feels human. Like, it is the kind of guy who goes like, yeah, being Batman is fucking a dumb thing I'm doing, but it helps people, so I'm gonna keep being Batman.
And he has to keep reminding himself, like, God damn it, this isn't my Selina. I have to... Fuck.
God damn it, I love Selina. Fuck.
I love Selina in every universe. What the fuck? This is not good for my health.
This is not good for my health. God damn it, I'm gonna call Selina as soon as it gets back to my reality.
I'm gonna get that booty call going.
I will apologize for whatever thing she says. I think I did.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Also, Alfred in this universe just being like a big old sad boy
oh
who
yeah,
wants to fix things. Oh man.
I can definitely see him like doing something to like make a new Batman, but not staying around.
Yeah. And I love how Jim Bones, when he sees what's her face, is immediately like, "So that's your new Robin, right, bud?" Just instantly going like, "Yeah, Zdarsky knows what the internet's gonna say, but he's not fucking doing that. Calm down."
But I also really love that the minute Bruce is like, "Fuck, I need to help these guys," Jim Bones is like, "All right, yeah, got it. I'm gone now."
Mm-hmm.
It's good. It's a good little thing. It's a good way of like, oh man,
This is a pretty good run so far. How about that?
it's solid. It's almost as if Zdarsky knows how to write comics.
Yeah. Uh, Also, in the backup, it's cool that somebody's doing something with Toyman again.
Oh yeah, the thing they're doing with Toyman is weird and fucked up, but it's great.
Yeah. But that's often the case with Toyman. He's either silly as fuck or he's really fucked up.
Yeah. Also, this is the first time I've genuinely thought Tim Drake being in a gay relationship made sense. This is the first time where it's like, oh, this feels natural. Like they aren't trying to do something with it. It's like, okay, cool. Their character, like, yeah, it works.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't know you felt that way, but that's interesting.
Here's the thing: it's not that I felt that it was bad. It was just like I haven't seen it work well.
It felt like a marketing gimmick to you.
Yes, this is when it didn't feel like a marketing ploy. It felt like a real character choice.
Okay.
We both read Namor Part 5.
I didn't hate it, but it was a little underwhelming, not gonna lie.
Honestly, I think the underwhelming part of it is the point.
Mm-hmm.
Because Namor's not an angry, vengeful man anymore. And he's like, you know what? Fuck it. We'll just build our own shit. Fuck you. No more violence. No more fighting. I have learned my lesson and I have tainted my people.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I like that. I like that as like a final beat for Namor as a character.
Yeah. He's gonna be the calm but sad old man.
Yeah.
He's gonna be Simon at the end of Gurren Lagann.
This was a good 5-issue miniseries.
It's pretty good. Hey, Marvel,
Marvel.
put this in a trade.
Yeah.
Keep it in print.
Yeah. You'll get a lot more Namor fans.
Mm-hmm.
This is really solid. It's a good character interpretation of Namor.
Yeah. This is a better old man character story than fucking Old Man Logan, I'll tell you that.
I read Red Goblin.
Oh boy, how was that?
The whole story is framed very much of like the current son of a family of addicts who's trying to do better because he realized his family has been like hurt and in pain, and he goes like, I don't like, I love my like there's several lines where he's like, where he goes like, I could say the mean thing, but I don't want to be an Osborn, you know, because like Norman says something of like, oh, blank blank blank, yada yada, and he goes like, he doesn't know that, like, he doesn't know
the way he said that is really hurtful.
The way, not necessarily the way he said that it's really hurtful, is the way he said that he doesn't know the full story, and I do, but I don't want to hurt him. Tonight I will be kind instead of being an Osborn.
Okay.
And it's very much framed in that way of like, he loves his dad, he loves his grandfather, but he knows that they are fucked up men, and he doesn't want to be like that. And he has a chance to be a hero with the symbiote that Dylan, the current Venom, gave him, and he's like, all right, let me try and be a hero. But the symbiote's young, and it's very impulsive. So every once in a while, it literally, in the book, they describe it as goblin mode. Because normally he looks like a black, venomy kind of, like, no mouth, longer head, red, like Spider-Man like. But when he loses control, it turns into what's on the cover, a more goblin-y-esque looking character. So he has to keep everything under control, but he wants to help people, and he's trying to work with the symbiote, and they have like a fun relationship, all that kind of stuff. That, like, to put it into perspective, he's trying to stop a mugging. He goes goblin mode because the symbiote sees some chocolate, and he's young, he's impulsive. The symbiote's young and impulsive, so it just chocolate, and it just breaks into a bodega and eats all the chocolate. And he wakes up in the morning, and the police get him, and Norman just gets him. It's like, hey, they're not pressing charges, and he's just like, you paid off the guy at the bodega. I paid off the guy who owns 2 bodegas now. Kind of like, yeah, no, I paid him off. Like, it's very interesting, this characterization for Normie. It's an interesting thing. I like it. Also, Harry and Normie build Gundams. Thank you, writer, for putting in your very specific hobby, because that's not just like, oh, we were gonna build a Gundam. It's a very specific Gundam.
Okay.
Red Goblin is pretty good.
It also introduces and completely wastes what could potentially be the greatest insult in the Marvel Universe. Don't be such an Osborn.
Oh, legitimately, he says that to himself all the time, because like his mom is saying like, hey, could you do this or do this, and like they're trying to get ready. It's after the whole bodega thing, so he's grounded, and he says like the mean snide Norman Osborn comment, and he literally goes like, why do I have to be an Osborn?
I'm sure, but like also I would love it if just there's a moment in Fantastic Four next week where Valerie Richards slaps Franklin over the top of the head for saying something rude and goes, stop being such an Osborn.
Like, it's an interesting character choice, and like look at with Red Goblin. It's a good book. I liked it. I enjoyed it. Also, the bad guy for this is a guy leading a gang of goblin people called the Goblin Nation. They're not goblin eyes like Green Goblin. They're just more like malcontent youths who ran away and paint their face green.
Mm-hmm.
Being led by the revived Phil Urich, aka the good guy Green Goblin from the 90s.
I've never heard of that. What the fuck?
He was also called the Goblin King.
I think I have heard that.
Yeah, he's around again. But but I like how they're basically going like, oh, hey, we have a bunch of goblin-esque characters. Let's use them in the Goblin books. Why are the Goblin books so good?
Why are the Goblin books a thing? How did this happen?
Red Goblin's good. Gold Goblin's good.
Who authorized this? What's going on here?
Every Spider book, but the Spider-Man book is good. Jesus Christ. I also read Ghost Rider.
Okay.
Number 11. Johnny and Goth Girlfriend are traveling cross country to solve problems and do all that kind of stuff. They're researching. Meanwhile, the Johnny has a new bike made from the parts of Exhaust, the bad guy he fought last time. But the bike is jealous of Goth Girlfriend, so tries to kill her, and so they have a fight with the motorcycle, and they have a big old kerfuffle. It's a cool little horror plot.
Sounds like Christine.
Yeah. So they deal with that, and then they go to a new city. I don't remember the name of the city, but they're on the outskirts, and it's all in flames, and it's just like, that's not good.
Yeah, that's gonna be a problem.
Also, it's just funny, the relationship, Johnny and Goth Girlfriend, can't remember her name right now, is she will just bite his ear or his lip in the most vicious way possible. Like, they kiss, and she just grabs his lip and says, like, bites his lip damn near off and says, and that's for fucking almost killing me.
Oh, okay. I thought that was like a kink you were explaining there.
Oh, it's meant to be kinky. It's meant to like go like, guys, you like this shit, right? Yeah, yeah. Nightmare. It is kinky.
Then.
It's
Okay.
good. Ghost Rider is good.
Okay.
It is being written for the people who really like Ghost Rider.
Great.
You read Red Sonja.
Unbreakable Red Sonja, number 3. This book's still pretty good.
Yeah.
It's of course continuing on with the storyline here of the young Red Sonja coming forward in time to meet her future self, and at the end of the last book, current Red Sonja got fucked up. So a lot of this book is them traveling to a new location and young Red Sonja trying to keep old Red Sonja from dying, while also learning a lot of basic barbarian survival skills from her older self in a very cute, kind of like Mandalorian Last of Us-y way.
Neat.
Though eventually they arrive at a town, and it's very peculiar because it's not at all what older Red Sonja remembers it being. And she's like, something has happened here. We got to figure this out. And they spend a lot of time delving into the mystery of what's going on.
They just
And
built an Arby's.
eventually,
There's just an Arby's now.
yeah, it's weird. But eventually they get into some trouble with the townspeople and a secret fucking demon cult they have going on, and that's where we leave off for going into next issue. And this is still very good. I'm still enjoying
Nice.
this as somebody who knows very little about Red Sonja.
Nice, but you were learning about Red Sonja.
I am. I'm learning.
Yeah.
I'm learning and also making the active choice not to show the main cover because it's so fucking risque every week.
At least Dynamite gives more than one cover.
Oh yeah, no. There's usually like 4 or 5 covers, and 2 of them I think are okay to put on this show.
I mean, I'm not gonna complain if you put risque shit. Like, I don't think anybody who watches this will fucking be like, "Oh, how dare you show booby?"
Yeah, though this month was an ass shot.
Oh.
I would be worried about the YouTube gods finding this and getting mad at us somehow, though.
We both read Storm in the Brotherhood of Mutants.
This is okay.
Yeah, it's solid.
It doesn't feel like the next chapter of Sins of the Sinister, though. This feels more like a stop off.
It feels like a stop off. It feels like just like, hey, here's what Storm is all they're doing. It's fun. It's a fun little story.
That's it.
Yeah. Storm's costume, like the Storm's costume looks great. Cable looks cool.
It's not the best costume she's ever had, but it's also not the worst.
It's also a reference to Magneto, which I think is really thematically poignant.
Yeah, it works as that.
Know what this is? This is a tie-in book for like Age of Apocalypse. This is just like, here's more of the fucked up world we made. Look at our fucked up world.
It's a Flashpoint tie-in in DC terms.
Here's a cool fucked up world.
Look, it's fucking Dead Man and the Flying Graysons, everybody.
Yeah. It's Storm and Cable. Cable fused with the one dude made out of worms. Isn't that fucked?
Fucking what's her face? Destiny is she's got machinations.
Yeah.
Be on the lookout for those. Anyway.
Yeah. It's solid. You read Gotham City, issue 5.
Yes. Oh boy, this fucking book. This book is at the point where Human Target was last week, where we're now just getting a big old dump about what all the mysterious bullshit in this book has actually been so far. And it's fucked. It is. Oh man, because you'll recall back at the start of this book, I said, like, oh, it's based in real world history where there's a lot of, like, questionable racist shit, because that's how stuff was back in the 1930s, and it's placing that within the context of the DC universe, and it's kind of hard to read at points, but it's true to life, so you can't be too uncomfortable. And this is a lot more of that. We now actually know what's been going on in this story, and it's rough, fellas. I'm not gonna lie.
Does it completely recontextualize the Wayne family?
Sort of, kinda, but it's less like all these people are bastards, and it's more like Bruce's great great grandma fucked up and married a shithead.
Mm-hmm.
So that's unfortunate.
Yeah, and it's not a Black Label, so it's in continuity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Would you say people should read the series?
I definitely think people should. It hasn't been bad at all so far, and it's been a very interesting, different kind of comic from DC.
We both read Captain America: Symbol of Truth. This is very much more of like a heat up issue. It's like a lot of action, a lot of like characters yelling at each other, trying to like go like, shit, we're in deeper water than we thought we were. And
it feels very anime.
Oh. I mean, yeah. But it's also
like
just fun to see.
Frickin' Sam and Joaquin flying at each other and screaming about who's right. That's just full on Sasuke and Naruto.
But you also know Joaquin is also like under like the influence of vampire shit, and he's not in his right mind, and you're like, oh no, come on.
Mm-hmm.
Because he also like a lot of things. This is a lot of good shit. A lot of good shit.
Yeah. And Nomad gets a couple really solid moments here. I was surprised by that. I thought he was just going to disappear into the background. And for the large part, he does. But he gets a couple of cool moments where he gets to come in clutch for Sam.
Nomad is Falcon for Sam.
Yeah.
He's a character for Sam to bounce off of, to help him out. And he's going to get his own character. He gets his own characterization here and there. But mostly he's there to help out.
Mm-hmm.
But it's good.
He's hovering around until the writers of Steve's book are ready to bring him back in.
Yeah. It's good, though.
Yeah.
I read Gold Goblin, number 4.
How'd that go, bud?
It's good! Gold Goblin is good.
Okay.
So basically, he talks to fucking Jack-o'-lantern and says, like, hey, I know this shit's hard. I know this is tough. Let me help you. Let me pay for therapy. Let me help you get on the straight and narrow. Let me help you. Let me do for you what I'm trying to do for myself. So he does all that kind of stuff. He gets him in therapy. It seems like they're making progress. Norman's like trying to connect with his family. He's like doing all the things that seem to be the right things to do. And then Jack-o'-lantern takes a bunch of people hostage in like a park in New York. And Norman's like, fuck. I thought he was making progress. I thought he was on the right path. God damn it, what am I gonna do? So he goes down and goes like, hey, I thought we were making progress. What happened? What's wrong? How can we solve this? And he goes, we can't solve this. We can't solve this. He lifts up a black pumpkin bomb with spikes on it. Very distinct design. He arms it, and Norman goes like, oh shit. He pulls him away from the people. Jack-o'-lantern blows up. He's dead. All the police saw, all anybody saw was he pulled him away and he blew up, and they think he killed him. And they're immediately like, oh yeah, no, of course Norman Osborn like immediately killed him. Like they immediately like, yeah, no, you've had too many chances, you fucked up. And he's like, shit. So he fucking bails. And like there's no direct, like he's a superhero. He's operating as a superhero. He doesn't doing all this kind of stuff. And like they can't, like they're not able to do anything about it. So they bury the guy. He goes to the funeral because he feels so fucking bad about this because he's trying to help him. And he gets into the, like, reporters are going like, why did you kill him? Why did you kill him? He doesn't want to deal with it. He gets in his limo and he goes like, all right, can you drive us here? And the driver goes like, are you, like, basically goes like, are you sure about that? And he goes like, what? Yeah. Shame about all that therapy. Maybe you should have checked who you sent him to. And it's the Red Goblin Queen that's basically took on all of Norman's sin. She infiltrated and became his therapist. And Jack-o'-lantern was trying to warn Norman. The black pumpkin bomb is her pumpkin bombs.
Oh, no.
Also, he tries to choke out the ghost of Gwen Stacy that's been haunting him. Because she just keeps going like, "You're a shithead, Norman. You're a fucking shithead, Norman." He's like, "Yeah," and she falls to the ground and she just picks back up and goes like, "You can't kill me, Norman. At this point in time, I'm the closest thing you have to a conscience. So I best we start living together and understanding each other, because you're trying to be a good man, and I'm the only one who's gonna force you to be it." And he's like,
Damn.
"Fuck you." Ugh. Why is this book good? This has no reason to be this good. It hits hard. Fucking
Good.
goddamn. Gold Goblin, good.
Was this the last issue, or is there more of this?
I think there's more of this.
Oh man.
Like, you can, like, it's good. It's good.
I want to read this in trade, not gonna lie.
Yeah. No reason to be this good. It is a solid character study of Norman Osborn. It's a solid character study of a man who's basically a recovering addict, and his addiction was being evil, which is a weird, like, way to describe it, but, like, that's kind of the vibe it is. And, like, he's trying, but he also realizes he's a bastard, and, like, that's hard to it's a great character study. But then I read Amazing Spider-Man number 19.
That looks like a fucking parody cover.
Okay. The book starts out and ends on interesting ideas.
Okay.
Felicia convinces Peter to take the weekend off and go to a ski lodge.
Okay.
That's cute. It's a good idea. That's fun, cute
Yeah,
stuff.
I love that episode of Power Rangers Zeo.
They get to the ski lodge. Guess who's there? It's Mary Jane and Paul.
Yeah.
They have an argument. And pretty much everyone but Mary Jane goes like, "Hey, we're all adults. We can avoid each other. Let's not let this ruin our weekends." And so they go their separate ways. But now Peter's fucking going like, fucking Mary Jane. And Felicia just goes like, "Hey, I'm being an adult and I recognize that you have feelings for Mary Jane, but you're with me and this is just a part of you. So we're gonna like being real fucking mature about this." And then they run into a bunch of fucking rich people cosplaying villains. And like as like a fucking thing. And they have like, they like rent out the super weapons. And then they decide to turn on Spider-Man and the person renting him out. And it's just like, it starts off good. The end is fun. The fucking middle. What the fuck? Why? You okay there, Vac?
I'm very contorted at the moment.
You want a second to stand up?
Yeah. If I can switch my camera off, please.
All right, cool. No one can see you.
God! Fuck!
No one can see you. You're okay. I'm putting you back on.
You fucking
Yeah, no, I'd heard that before the show, everybody. So I had to. I didn't want to.
It's you do interesting things and then you don't, and it's just like, ugh.
Remember how I told you, like, the main thing I knew about Marvel as a kid was Spider-Man and his mythos, and how I really wanted to be into Spider-Man more?
Yeah, I'll tell you when you can't do that.
I'm just gonna have to buy trades of everything before the Clone Saga one day.
You could read Straczynski. He's not bad.
I could probably read Straczynski, yeah.
Hey, I also read Monkey Prince number 11.
How's that?
He runs into the Monkey King, and the Monkey King goes like, "I don't know who the fuck you are. I don't have a kid." What? But Piggy says you're my dad. Piggy? What the fuck he doing? I haven't seen him in forever. So are you not my dad? I don't fucking know. You think I know shit? I've been in the Phantom Zone. Yeah, why are you in the Phantom Zone? Let's get you out of here. Oh, here's the thing. If I go out, I die. So we got to figure out how to solve that. So I can't really help you right now. So he goes out of the Phantom Zone. He runs into his grandfather, the Ultra Humanite, and the Ultra Humanite basically goes like, "Hey, you're my grandson, but you're also an all-powerful monkey-themed god. Here's a obedience collar. Do what your grandfather says, or I'll force you to do what I say."
The Ultra Humanite is such a fucking bastard. I love him.
Now go play hero and do your Lazarus event, and then we'll be evil.
Sick.
Like, that's kind of the book. It's good. Monkey Prince is good. You would enjoy it.
I think I would. Yeah, I gotta get to that.
You can read it when it's done. I think it's
Yeah.
almost done. I think it's 11 out of 12.
Oh, okay.
We both read Next Evolution, Lazarus Planet. Can I just say I think this is the weakest one-shot issue that they've done so far?
I really like this one. I liked most of the stories in this one.
I don't think they're bad. I think it's the weakest. Like, if the rest of them are Bs, this is a C+.
See, because other ones have stories I just outright didn't care for, whereas this has pre-stories I think are pretty okay, and one story I could take or leave.
Yeah. I like the Amanda Waller one with his fucking nephew, with her fucking nephew.
That's the one I could take or leave.
Oh.
I was like, I don't know any of this shit. This seems like it's setting up something for a future event that I don't really care about. Okay.
Red Canary was a cute story.
Red Canary, I'm glad we finally got the fucking details on Red Canary, because she's just been around. They announced her character design like over a year ago, and she hasn't really gotten a story explaining who she is until this. However, I do find it very silly that she's basically just Kamala Khan with the serial numbers filed off.
She's teaming up with Sideways. I'm sure Sideways fans were happy about that.
Yeah, but also the moment that happened, I was like, oh, she's teaming up with another slightly less new male teenage hero. It's another little checkbox on the Kamala Khan meter right there.
Damien's girlfriend story was at least a little interesting.
Yeah, I haven't actually read her before. You've read the Robin series she's from.
No, I haven't.
So, I thought you talked about that, like,
Nope.
back at the beginning of this.
Nope.
Huh.
Yeah.
I could have sworn you did. Well, anyway, it's my first exposure to Lifeline, I believe her name is. And she's pretty cute. I like her. I like her sort of standoffish relationship to being Damien's girlfriend.
It's like, I like him, but God, why does he have to be a superhero? Why does he have to be so nice?
Mm-hmm. Anyway, I'm going to resurrect his grandpa, and we're going to do evil shit. That's fun.
The Red Hood story was, I think, the weakest one of them.
Yeah, probably, if I'm being honest.
It's just like, oh, there's some villains. There's some people that are doing things, and it's like, Jason.
Jason's up to shit. He's still around.
Jason and what he do.
Oh man. Yeah, no. I did enjoy this though, and for as much as I dunk on the Red Canary Kamala Khan parallels, I like all that shit about Kamala Khan, so I'm on board with Red Canary at the moment.
Yeah.
It's just she's what if Kamala Khan was attached to the Green Arrow lineage instead of the Captain Marvel lineage and wasn't a Muslim.
But what if she was Asian American?
Yeah.
And
which I guess is kind of interesting.
Like, remove New Jersey and replace it with Seattle.
Exactly. Like, there's that. She's got family shit she's worried about. She fucking idolizes Black Canary, apparently. She's just Kamala Khan with a different coat of paint. But I like Kamala Khan a whole lot, so hey, you put those character tropes in a DC character, I'm gonna be vaguely interested. Hopefully they do something with her in the Green Arrow book that's coming.
Yeah. Is this the last book? Is this
that's
the last
it.
book?
That's books. We did books.
We did books.
Oh my god.
We books.
We did the podcast. It happened, everybody.
Books.
We've been to the mountaintop. We've reached the summit.
There ain't no mountain high enough.
Sure.
Hey.
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 Hey. Hey. Oh, man.
Tell the people where they can find you.
Hi, I'm the Vacuuminator. I do YouTube videos about things and stuff. I actually have a comic book video coming up this week, so go fucking subscribe to my channel at the Vacuuminator. I normally do videos on other things, but I'm trying to incorporate some comic content where I can. So go ahead and subscribe for that coming out this week. And follow me on Twitter at the Vacuuminator, on Tumblr, thevacuuminator.tumblr.com, and on Instagram at _Vacuuminator.
Yeah. Hey, howdy. I'm Boingo Writer. I do a variety of content on the internet. Do you want to see some variety Twitch streams? You can go to twitch.tv/Boingo Writer. You could also follow me on. You could also subscribe to me. Why can't they just unify and pick one word? One word. Subscribe to me on YouTube. And see a variety of videos. I put out like at least a video a week, sometimes more. Hint, at possible futures. And I also post on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, and Tumblr, and you can get links to all those in the description. In the meantime, the mean bean machine time. This is Modular Media No Price Podcast, the podcast you just listened to. But we also have other podcasts, including Components, where we just hang out, bullshit with a couple other guys. Sometimes we have guests. We also have Analytical Fanboys, which is basically a book club for every type of media. The next piece of media we're doing is Puppet History. Yeah, keep an eye out for that. And then we also have Twit. Tell the people about Twit, Vac.
This week in Togu is where myself and about to record this Tokusatsu.
Cool. But, as always, you can like this video, comment down below, and give us a subscribe to Modular Media to get these podcasts and many more, and help support the future of the channel and the future of what we can do. Anything else you want to say, Vac?
There's a pause button for GIFs on Twitter now.
Enough said.
I just noticed that.